Today we were helping a gentleman in Homestead who had inherited a house with his siblings. His mom had passed 5-7 years ago, and it was stuck in probate. And probate, if for those that don't know, is the process by which assets are transferred to heirs after there's a death. Well, the house was an asset, and the house was also in a reverse mortgage. It had a reverse mortgage on it, meaning that the equity of the house, or the amount of the house that was actually owned by the owner, was decreasing on a monthly basis. And so what usually happens when people get a reverse mortgage is the house goes back to the bank, and no one is responsible for selling it or doing anything with it. It just goes back to the bank. Well, the bank usually gives about a year or so in grace. They usually don't give 7 years, but obviously there was problems. There were things that were embroiled, and the heirs wanted to keep the house. And so he had hired an attorney, which was the probate attorney. And I'm not sure exactly all the things that they were trying to figure out, but very simply, the way to solve that problem when there is a reverse mortgage and somebody dies is you have to determine, is there enough equity in that house to warrant bothering to sell it and make some money? If there's not, then maybe you should just give it to an investor to sell or to buy. And if it's negative, or if you just don't want the house, you just let it go back to the bank. You don't have any responsibility. But if you want to buy it and you want it back in your own possession, you've got to buy the house back. And you're going to have to do that by financing or cash. So it's going to have to be worth it. So next time, any of you find yourself thinking or talking about working with a house that has a reverse mortgage and someone has died, give us a call. We'll talk you through it. But the main idea is that either you're going to go and buy this thing back somehow, or you're going to let it go to the bank, or you're going to try to sell it. Any of those three.